All right, we're back for the finals of GP Rio de Janeiro.
Let me know when you start recording.
I already started. So yeah, we have Purple versus Styles, and in the commentary booth with me, we have
Your circle is lighting up green, but I can't hear it. You're
Okay.
saying, wait 1 second.
Oh dear. Well,
Oh wait, no, I can hear you now.
okay,
Sorry.
good.
I don't know what happened there. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So in the red corner, we have Purple, who's on Big Red, which is an 80 card Fireweaver. What's it called? Unrivaled Fireweaver deck.
Mm-hmm. It's essentially like a. It's not quite big red. It's not quite aggro, but essentially aims to leverage Unrivaled Fireweaver's ability to give you a game one toolbox. And then, other than that, plays a very traditional. Just I'm going to curve out with aggressive creatures and beat face sort of plan.
And on the other corner, we have Styles, who's on Esper control. Conveniently, the deck is also built by Purplemurasaki.
I think that Styles' deck actually has a lot of good tools for this matchup. It's especially out the side. There's a lot of life gain available, good early removal. The issue is, of course, actually finding it at the right times. And like staring down a turn one Ragavan here feels pretty not great, especially purple also top deck to Fireweaver, so actually has a turn two play here.
Yeah, I guess Fireweaver grab one of your burn spells, like the flame's approach.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean,
also just like isn't going to do.
They're gonna call up.
I guess wants more information. Oh, the cosmic sinkhole. That's fair. I almost wonder if it's fine eating a cosmic sinkhole in exchange for getting one of your 3-drops out safely. But I guess if you have, since you have the mana to cast one of those next turn, doesn't really.
Yeah, I mean, even with the treasure, next turn you get to pay 1 for cosmic sinkhole if you play a 3-drop. Styles draws another cosmic sinkhole, and there's Daisy Saxon.
Yeah, the confirm hypothesis is pretty dead in this matchup, given a lack of actual fetches on the other side of the table.
Yeah, not great. I mean, it's probably gonna randomly cantrip. I mean, you can copy over your opponent's triggers, like Emissary of Antiquities. That'd be a pretty fun trigger to copy, or even replaces Rattler's ETB. I mean, you get to wipe your opponent's board in response. Okay, there comes
this is just going to be a Portal Fracture, yeah.
Purple's running out their weakest threat first because Rattler doesn't do much against the creatureless board. End of days. So Styles will have ways to catch up if they survive. And I think they will survive looking at the amount of counter spells they have.
Yeah, and additionally, Diang's Displeasure is pretty not bad here.
It's very good at stopping your opponent. Not stopping them, but slowing them down.
I mean, the biggest enemy right now for Styles is their own mana base.
Yeah, they still take... they're only taking damage from Arctic Mine. So they haven't lost too much life from their mana base, right? Ragavan swung for 2, or swung twice, so they only lost 3 life. That's above average. The purple draws Tanya, which gives them a late game card. It's a 5-drop planeswalker that, if it lands, Styles will have some trouble dealing with. Although the end of days wipes it, Diana's Displeasure. Does that hit? Yeah, that thing can force a planeswalker sack.
Not if they have. Not if purple keeps up a treasure, though.
I wonder if purple's gonna play around that. I mean, purple has all the mana in the world right now, and Fireweaver also gives them entire sideboards worth of options. So they're gonna have to think pretty hard about what to do here.
Like I think they're running out Daisy first just for the cadence.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, because you can pretty safely Daisy into 3-drop. You have 2 mana to pay for Portal Fracture.
Styles can use up 2 counter spells on it. Does Diana's Displeasure interact with the stack?
I mean, I think they could just be trying to do it in response to force a Ragavan sack, but I guess not. No, okay, just going to Cosmic Sinkhole for 3.
Yeah, so Ragavan gets to hit again this turn. The purple's building up their treasure hoard.
Yeah, and there's not actually a way to counter the Tanya come next turn.
I mean, Tanya isn't the worst thing in the world because Tanya pluses makes it a creature and then everything gets wiped by end of days.
Fair, but then you're also taking. That means you're taking a fat 7 damage next turn.
Right.
Bring yourself down to 4.
Because life actually does matter in this matchup. So
especially since if Styles doesn't counter the Tanya, that means that purple will still have 2 mana left over to be able to Daisy, so it can put Styles to 2 life and then threaten to kill them next turn with Scorch, which they just top deck, or could have gotten off Unrivaled Fireweaver, but yeah.
Yeah.
So putting Styles in an unenviable position right now.
What does Diana's Displeasure actually do here? Like, it has 4 modes, so surely it has to do something.
I mean, the non-creature, non-land permanent doesn't really do much here.
So what?
You can bounce Daisy, force the sack on Ragavan in response to something else being played. But again, like it doesn't like the problem is Diang's Displeasure is great if all purple has is their current board, but they have like 2 threats that Styles has no good answers to in their hand. So
I actually do wonder how much purple is gonna commit, because I remember when we were commentating the game of or Splash Hat's game against Styles. Splash Hat lost game 1 because they overextended into a Wrath, and purple like pointed out pretty harshly during the post game commentary, or I guess when we like during the post game. So I wonder if purple is gonna just make it slow. Don't play Tanya until your opponent plays the board wipe, because Tanya wins the game on its own.
Especially because, again, Unrivaled Fireweaver just forces an answer.
Yeah.
They're not even going to play the Fireweaver? That would be surprising to me.
I mean, what? So they...
Because the Fireweaver feels like really free here. Am I missing something?
Well, no, they're thinking about what to fetch. Like they want to think through other lines before they commit to anything, right? So they're looking through a board right now, which if we want to pull up the deck lists right now,
yeah, for me I forget the name of it, but the sack half their permanence thing feels
Burden Rage. So it's 1 red, 1 and 3 red pips. Our opponent sacrifices half the permanence they own, rounded down.
Yeah, I mean, just that kind of closes the door on what Styles is doing.
Well, no, it forces a counter spell.
I mean, if you just don't play it this turn, right? Because you can play it next turn.
I mean, yeah, you can, but then you're kind of committed to playing it next. I guess your opponent can't really counter it.
Yeah. Well, also, does Sax? Oh, yeah, because Fireweaver is a 4-drop.
Wait, so now Saxon, purple has 2 Saxon activations up, so they can just pass the turn and whack Styles in the face for 4 next turn, or at the end of turn, and then Scorch kills them.
Yeah, this game is it just over? Like, okay, well, what is Styles on end? Because Styles has to run the Diang's Displeasure. That's their only thing here. What do you just bounce Saxon, bounce Saxon, force a sack, and then purple sacks Fireweaver probably, because you don't really care about it past getting its ETB off.
Yeah.
I guess actually maybe you sack Ragavan because it's already done its job, and then you keep Fireweaver around in case of Kink in top deck, but I don't know.
No, you keep Ragavan because it's more threatening. Actually, something Styles could top deck to flip the game is Flesh to Rot, and they run main deck copies of those things, right? They run 1 main deck copy of Flesh to Rot, so not the most likely thing in the world, but if they do top deck it...
Wait, how does Flesh to Rot help versus other wipes?
Oh, flimps. Well, I mean, it prevents purple from getting back on board for it, so like it shuts off Tanya for a turn.
Right, but we've already just discussed how purple just has the burn you outline.
Right, yeah, that doesn't work out very well then. So yeah, purple fetches...
Is Shanjin's command anything? Actually, Shanjin's command might be something.
Oh yeah, right, it gains life, forces a sack. So purple grabbed the Flames approach off the Fireweaver, which is a smart decision because that means that's 6 more damage from hand. So that's 9 damage from hand if they can play all of them.
Well, actually, yeah.
Then
because they have the mana to
they're gonna they're gonna use their treasures, so they're gonna go down on some mana, but yeah, they will have enough to Flames approach.
Are they using the set of treasures here, or are they gonna save that for next turn? I think they might just save it and then oh no, they are.
They're cashing it in.
They're gonna go for the full.
2 damage to face now is worth 4 damage in the bush. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. 4 damage. 4 damage on. If 2 damage to face is worth 4 damage in the hand. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, it's gonna sack the Fireweaver, and yeah, I think there's just no outs at this point unless I'm missing something. Yeah, especially with the Nebula top deck.
Oof. Yeah, this is just purple's deck doing exactly what it was meant to do.
I think that being on the play and having the Ragavan really
definitely too.
It really puts so much pressure on Styles, because all of a sudden they have interaction that's traditionally good, but then it just sort of no longer became viable because your opponent has an excess of mana. And
also Styles didn't draw that many removal spells. No wait, they drew enough Diang's Displeasures. What happened?
They drew 2 Diang's Displeasure, and
how did they not have enough Diang's Displeasures to answer everything?
I mean, it was a turn 3.
Turn 3, they countered Rapacious Battler, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if...
was...
okay, I mean, turn 3...
Because turn 2, purple did nothing to play around. Yes, it's going to be Diang's. I mean, Styles is just dead here. Yeah. They already know it.
I'm wondering if turn 3 they should have Diana's Displeasure instead of Cosmic Sinkhole for 3. Did purple have another creature on board? Because they could have just bounced Ragavan and forced a sack on the Emissary. They had Daisy on board, right? So they couldn't. So Styles could have done that.
The Daisy was played first.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait. Right. So that's why purple played Daisy first, is to prevent that line.
I mean, Daisy also just get benefits from the cadence.
An additional bonus.
Okay, so looking at sideboards here, I don't think
open up the sideboard.
You're purple. I don't know that there's anything that you specifically bring in here for this matchup.
Distance. You want Recurring Distance against control decks. That's what purple told me during the commentary.
That is surprising to me, but okay, I could see it. Rikiri just doesn't. Like, I would rather run out Rikiri against decks that are likely to be playing more than one spell a turn.
Well, I mean, it's a 2-mana 2/2 haster that gets some extra damage on the opponent, and your opponent has to answer before they can comfortably stabilize. Also, apparently you're supposed to bring in Recurring Distance for Rattlers, because Rattler is bad on an empty board.
That's fair. I still like a Rattler as one of the good ways to get a curve into Oros, especially in this matchup where Oros is so backbreaking.
Recurring Distance is also a good thing to curve into Oros.
I mean, but yeah, one more pip is not negligible. But I can see some things that could potentially be cited out here, or not as good. I think Styles has a lot of tools out the side.
Yeah. So Sandrine's Command.
Chandra's Command. You definitely bring in Exant. You probably bring in Rift Splicings.
Yeah, definitely.
I suspect. I think Infectious Ego is another source of life gain.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Do you bring in Seal the Tomb? I think you might bring in Seal the Tomb against the flashback spells.
Yeah, that makes sense, especially because, again, if you're bringing in more Shanjin's Command, it's just a easy thing. And then what do you cite out? I think Confirm Hypothesis, again, I'm pretty low on it in this matchup. I think you might cite out some of your win cons.
So you cite out Meliva and Deflock.
Yeah, and then let's assuming Confirm Hypothesis, 2 Planeswalkers, that makes space for 2 Shanjins, Rift Splicing, Exant, Infectious Ego, and then you find one more thing to take out for Seal the Tomb.
Or you just don't bring in Seal. You do need your other 2 5-mana Planeswalkers, because they actually gain life. Yeah.
What else? Yeah, I think Inexorable Epidemic is nice, but I don't know that it's worth bringing in. I could say it really just definitively closes the door.
Yeah, but you already have Flesherot.
Right, but I'm also talking about because Flesherot can lock them up for a few turns, but I think Epidemic just means you'd never get to play the game after this ever. But we'll see.
So both players have started game 2. Styles draws a hand with Cosmic Sinkhole and not much else, and keeps.
It has the Exant. I think you just pretty good with.
Meanwhile, purple keeps a hand with a very good curve. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 curve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Styles might be in trouble here if they don't draw anything else that answers what purple's doing, because purple's just going to curve out, and then Styles won't be able to do anything against that. Okay, Styles is slamming the cos. Oh, no, they're not.
No. Yeah, you just slam the Sinkhole.
You might want to Exant it instead, because the Sinkhole can answer bigger things.
Yeah, Exant coming down. Oh yeah, it can also answer.
Okay, now you play Mirrorgate because you need an opportunity to play a tap land. No, wait, never mind. You don't have a basic. All your lands are tapped. Okay, that's not a very good land draw from Styles. Meanwhile,
I think this was a little. I don't know about keeping this. I honestly glossed over the fact that he didn't have a basic. This is.
Okay, well, Recurring Distance eats a Cosmic Sinkhole, but next turn Styles needs to draw something to deal with the 3-drop. Well, I mean, that does deal with it.
Well, Fracture. I mean, but then you have 2 new.
End of days answers it.
Just drawing you card.
You're 1 mana ahead. Okay, so yeah, purple drew another land. Right, there's Portal Fracture.
And purple's just been drawing lands.
I think Styles has a good chance of winning here, because they can slam End of days.
You play Mirrorgate, naming the dwarf land, and then
then next turn you wipe the board, and then you drop Settleson and stabilize from there, or not even stabilize, because neither player has made much progress.
We don't know what, because hitting the second Scorch is not great. I guess you can just untap a mountain and just double scorch something. Or something, I mean face.
Well, let's see what purple flips first. Come on, purple. Flip. What are you waiting for? Flip the card. Oh.
Mountain!
Womp womp. I don't think you fire off the Scorches here, because, you fire off the Scorches here because you can 2 new minus to draw some more cards next turn. Assuming your opponent doesn't have enough days.
Yeah, but you might also, if your opponent untaps and drops, Infectious Ego, you feel really dumb for playing the Scorches, right?
No, you're fine, because Tunu still survives. Okay, yeah, purple won't play the Scorches.
I think it's just safer to keep them as potential removal because you don't actually have any other form of reach.
Yeah. So let's see if Styles plays End of Days as a 5-mana destroy target planeswalker. Because if they play out Settleson first, then purple gets to Scorch it and then still keep the Tunu in play for another turn. In fact, they can just double Scorch the Settleson and then minus Tunu to draw 2 cards, and that would be really good for them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it also puts Styles in a position where if they ever want to play End of Days to kill Tunu, they also have to kill their Settleson. So I'm presuming they're running out. Okay. I mean,
they can End of Days and name not. Oh, never mind. It's also Planeswalker. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, but then you just double Scorch. Oh my god, dude. Okay, I mean,
all right. Yeah.
Hey, do you even? Yeah,
you unload your hand and then you minus Tunu.
Yeah. I mean, wait. If you minus Tunu, then it's just gonna die to the Warriors.
That's fine. You draw 2 cards. You've already used up your Tunu mana to play.
Well, my thing is, why not just +1 and then what do you call it? You keep drawing cards and you have a win con on board while Styles doesn't.
Wait,
I think that
if you +1 Tunu, you can flash back the Flames approach, right? Or no, you even have to plus Tunu. You can just flash it back right now. Okay, purple is going to spend their time wiping the board, and that's going to play right into an End of Days. Okay, they are going to draw with Tunu. Yeah, they want to cash in the Tunu now because the opponent might have removal spells. I think that's their logic.
Yeah, and with 1 warrior down, they can't kill it next turn without outside assistance.
Oh, okay, that's a very good top. Oh, they can just play Auras right now.
No, whoa!
Right. You want to play around Wrath. You want to play around Wrath, so you should keep your cards in hand. No, you still play Auras now because Auras is bad.
My thing is,
Wrath.
I was thinking that you run out either like you because again the only Wrath is End of that Styles can leverage that kills both a creature and a planeswalkers that kills 2 threats here is End of Days, and Styles has a single copy of it. So I think
actually, if purple plays a creature and has a Tunu in play, then Diane's Displeasure 2-for-1s them.
Right. So I think honestly, I would play Tanya here. I feel like that.
Actually, yeah.
Then next turn, like obviously it does get blown out by End of Days, but I feel like you kind of just gotta you still have lines even if Styles has End of Days, right? Because next turn you just slam
purple
Flames
agrees.
Approach.
They're playing. I think they're mostly playing around Diana's Displeasure, but this line also is good for the reasons you mentioned.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be next turn Windmill Slam End of Days, and then purple just plays Flames Approach.
Yeah,
and Styles is looking for something to do.
Oof.
And the land is not it.
I mean that's a basic.
The land, yeah. Play the Flooded Depths. I guess they want to fake having an exit. I don't know that's better.
Sure.
I don't know that that's better than just playing.
What? 1, 2, 3. I think they miscounted.
Yeah, presumably.
Okay, now they're thinking about what to do after playing their land. I should have done that beforehand. Purple definitely blocks here. This is a really obvious path.
That's first strike. Like, why not?
Purple's actually thinking about it.
I mean, Purple's wondering, like, what is this? Like, is trying to make sure that they aren't getting. Like they aren't being hasty, I think. But there's nothing that can bamboozle them here.
Rift Split? No, Rift Split kills the werewolf right away. They take
the one.
I guess they'd rather play around something. Name battle.
Wait, you can do that now.
Yeah, I know.
Way. So it is literally just a 5-mana planar cleansing now. Oh, disgusting.
Well, no. Apparently, you could name Primal beforehand, or could you? I don't know.
Okay, Flames Approach coming down.
Yep. So Styles needs to draw something. That's not it. If they played Flooded Depths last turn, they could have fetched Ares Pillar and have done at least something. But now with 2 Flames Approaches, Styles is looking
and
in danger, or they look like they're in danger right now.
I mean, yeah, they need pretty much exactly Flush to Rot.
Diane's Displeasure still does it. Sandrine's Command also does it because you can gain life and then exile the yard. Or no, gain life, kill creature, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oros does have functionally 6 power, huh?
Yeah,
that is a card.
6.
Here, but Styles is just dead next turn.
No matter what purple does?
No. I mean, if Styles doesn't top deck something, they are just dead.
Alright, let's see if Styles can top deck something.
Not sure why the Fireheath Halls is tapped.
Because Mirror Gate.
I forgot that was played earlier. Never mind.
I fetch a basic. Oh, wait, does this do
it? Because
no, Infectious Ego won't be able to gain a life in time for Oros.
Wait for the trigger to resolve, my dude.
In fact, was it better to just keep this Flood Depth in hand to bluff a counter spell or a Diane's Displeasure? I feel like it might have been better to do that.
Well, you want to have, because otherwise you just lose next turn to Boros attacking in because it has menace. So you want to be able. I don't know, but then your Ares pillar enters tapped. Yeah, no.
Okay, never
And
mind.
that's game anyways.
Yeah. Oof, that was an unfortunate series of draws from Styles. They definitely could have mulliganed their first hand.
Yeah, I think that first hand, not having a basic just throws you off really badly there. But purple takes the win.
Is that
Big Red definitely felt like the deck of choice, and purple, I think, did purple get a single game loss in this entire tournament?
Good question. Well, I mean, they definitely lost a game, but I don't think they lost a match.
Who did they? Oh no, they lost a single game to Hersey, and I think that was their single game loss.
Really? Is purple really that flawless this GP?
Believe so. Let's look at GP leader real quick. And with breakers, thank you very much. Yeah. No. Okay. Wait. Looks like they did lose during the actual regular portion of the tournament. Okay. So not, but were set. They didn't lose a single match. So that much at least.
Yeah. Also, those two guys are discussing strategy in chat right now, and yeah, the end of days play there too. Playing Sail Sound over end of days mattered a lot because if Dallas just played end of days there, then they would have wiped Tunu and prevented purple from drawing 2 extra cards or having the extra mana to do stuff. Then Styles could have played Sail Sound afterwards and then stabilized from there.
Yeah, and I think the issue. Yeah, and again, the issue is Styles is saying that didn't know you had double Scorch in hand. Even without the double Scorch, I think that.
I think what happened was
as long as purple has a thing in hand, you can't effectively pressure Tunu, which means that at some point you have to run out the end of days. So
yeah,
I could see just running out like Seto-san. It's something to do to bait purple into running stuff into the wipe, but I don't think it's that great.
Yeah, and basically what happened was that Styles wanted to get more value after board wipe because playing a 5-mana destroy type Planeswalker felt bad, even if it was what you needed in that situation.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know that they had any good outs in terms of. No, I don't think that whichever one they played, I don't think they were in a good situation. Really,
no, I think they were fine if they played wipe plus Sail-San, right? Because
from the information we had, we knew that Styles that purple's hand was double burn spell land, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, smooth sailing. Your opponent doesn't actually have any threats, and they top deck the Flames approach the next turn. But
yeah,
sitting in Styles' position where you're like, oh, they have 3 cards in hand, and like if I just play this now and they slam I don't know, what's the 4-mana one from RCM? Or they just slam a threat. It feels pretty painful because you have literally nothing left in hand and it just runs you over. Hawken, Swift, like literally anything just kind of gets the job done at that point. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that removing Tunu was the right play there. And they just probably didn't feel like optimal usage of your wipe.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this game wouldn't have gone too bad for Styles if they actually just drew something afterwards, because if they just had anything on that turn that purple played their Oros from yard, then they wouldn't have been run over, because Styles was still at 16 life, and then the first Oros swing brought them down to 10.
They had like so many live top decks.
Yeah,
honestly,
even just drawing Ego one turn earlier, that would have gotten them somewhat back into game.
Like Shanjin's Command, Unrelenting, Diang's Displeasure, pretty much all of that.
Yeah, I guess Purple's commentating their own thing right now, so they're not gonna hop in voice chat until they're done with their super long post game that usually ends up being half the video after jump cutting.
Okay, I do have to hop out now, but It was fun commentating with you, and I'm excited to be back doing MSEM stuff. Congratulations to Purple. Congratulations to Styles for making finals.
How many GPs has Purple won already?
I believe this is like their 7th, 8th.
No. I have 6 GP wins, and Purple has less wins than I do. I think this is their 3rd win. Yeah.
Really? Okay. I think I'm, what do you call it? I'm misremembering because I'm thinking of the number of promos they have, which is inflated by league season promos.
They've gotten the league promo for the last however many league seasons.